Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. This is a series of spotlights on remarkable exit planning advisors from across the country. And joining me on this segment is Michael Livian. He's the founder of Livian and Company. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark. Glad to be here.
Michael, please tell us a little bit about your work and tell us specifically who are the types of clients that you specialize in helping.
Sure. We are a wealth manager and exit planner. Our specialty is really business owners. We have been focusing on this space for about 12 years now. Our clients are throughout the entire country in the US and also internationally. We have a number of clients from Europe and South America. Generally, wealth individuals, entrepreneurs, self-made, they build a business. Typically, it's a multi-generational wealth. They have children, they may have grandchildren, they have parents. So there's a number of issues that we help them with, starting, with planning the succession, business planning, managing their wealth, optimizing their taxes, defining and designing a legacy. So those are our core clients.
So these clients are great at their craft, obviously, and growing their businesses. But when it comes to exit planning, do they really even know where to start? What's their mindset when you first meet them?
That's a very, very good question. Most successful business owners, in their mind, they always have the thought that they want to have an exit plan, that they believe that they do have a plan. The truth is that they do not understand really what an exit plan is and what it entails. In the back of their mind, they know that at some point they want to monetize the value of their business or they want to pass it on to their children, but they do not know all the pitfalls, all the tax issues, all the fees, all the stumbling blocks that you find. And it's very daunting for somebody that is working very hard building a business to get to that level of technical expertise that would help them. And that's really where we come into play. I think there's a lot of existing knowledge and processes that can be brought to the table and help them. Yeah.
You brought up some pitfalls and mistakes that they may make. What are some of the biggest pitfalls and mistakes that you could help them avoid? What have you seen that's common?
So, first of all, I think that there's always, and that's the most common, there's a very big misconception about how much their business is worth. It's a little bit like your home. Everybody thinks that their home is the best place, the most expensive, the most valuable place in their business. And they don't realize that in an exit, part of that value may be actually paid in taxes and fees. And so one of the most important things at the beginning of the process is really to examine the business, study their areas of strength, the areas of weakness, to run a preliminary evaluation of the business, to start to also explain the tax consequences of a transaction, the type of transactions that are out there, the costs that the intermediaries may take, to make kind of that number a little bit more of a realistic number. And then there's a lot of strategies to increase the value and to grow the value of the business. That's one of the things. The other thing is that ultimately parting ways with the business that you've built is an emotional decision, and it entails a lot. It's changing your life, and if you don't have a life plan, if you don't really think through what you really want to do afterwards, typically when you get to the point that you need to consume the transaction, you may shy away because you realize that overnight you may be sitting on a fat bank account, but you don't have much to do. And often entrepreneurs are very dynamic, type A type of personalities. They want to be busy doing things. They cannot sit down and read a book. They need the action. And so those are the type of things that we need to work with the business owners, entrepreneurs to work towards, to create a plan, to explain, to articulate, to prepare financially, emotionally, the business owners. Yeah.
Something comes to mind as you speak about this, and it makes me think that exit planning isn't just for exiting a business. So I'm wondering, like, when is the best time to go through this process?
So the lead time, and what I'm sharing with you is what we have learned through years of practice, but also knowledge and participating to a lot of study groups and working with the Exit Planning Institute. The lead time for a transition is, or an exit plan, is about 2 years. So 2 years ahead of ahead of your set time or date of when you want to complete the succession or transition, you should start to work with. Sometimes it may be a little bit more also. But my advice, my suggestion is an exit plan is a little bit like a business plan. A business plan, you write the business plan when you start a business, but then you continuously every year update it, change it, modify it. You want to have an ongoing plan. You want to have an ongoing budget in a business. You want to have an ongoing exit plan. You start the foundations, but in order to be successful in any type of activities, you need to think ahead and you need to plan. So it's not something that you would do a month before. It's not looking for a buyer. That's not an exit plan. So at least 2 years before your date of exit.
Sage advice. Michael, what inspired you to get into this field and help business owners with their exit plans? How did you get started?
I get started because in our managing wealth for a lot of people, I realized that the vast majority of our clients were business owners. And I noticed that they had issues, they had thoughts, they had worries, and I saw very, very successful people, very well-to-do people with a lot of amassed wealth, being a little bit anxious about their future, about what to do with their children, what to do with the money, what to do with the business, especially in an environment where technology is really changing. The product cycles and the life cycle of businesses are shortened dramatically. So that creates a lot of anxiety. Almost every business is kind of continuously under the threat of innovation. So it started more out of it was almost an outgrowth of our existing wealth management business, dealing with a lot of business owners. And then I realized that there's a whole universe of possibilities. And this is something that is very, very valuable. Almost every business owner, entrepreneur needs to have an exit plan.
Michael, before I ask you my last question, is there anything that I didn't think to ask you that you feel is important to share in regards of exit planning with any business owner that's considering exiting now or within the next 2 years?
Yes, I think it is very important. I think that the vast majority of business owners, they want to have an exit plan. They want to have a strategy, for the future of their business, the succession. They are a little bit scared to take the step, and they're always very busy. So I think as a business owner myself, it is very, very easy to get drawn into your day-to-day activities. And it's very difficult to think strategically. But this is probably the single most important thing for a mature business owner to think of, is to think about the future. And maybe it's not an exit, because an exit plan, it's a contingency plan if things do not go your way. Most business owners, they never think that random occurrences may damage their business. Many people, as you probably know, they have a plan, but ultimately they never, in their mind, they never end up consuming that plan because they did not really think of contingencies. So part of an exit plan is really to make sure that your business or the value of your business is protected in case of some distress, in case of death, in case of a disability, in case you have matrimonial issues. There's a number of things risks that are the most common risks that may derail a plan or even kind of push a business into liquidation that can be prevented by having an exit plan. It's more of a contingency plan. So there's a component that is more positive and growth oriented to grow the value of the business, to prepare yourself for an exit and a succession, and a part that is more risk management. And I think I will stress that that's probably the most important thing, is to make sure that you have the risk management in place. So even if you run your business as an ongoing concern, all grounds are covered.
Great insight. Michael, for business owners listening that resonate with your message and would like to speak with you, how can they find you and connect with you?
They can connect with us through our website. It's www.livianco.com. They can email us at info@livianco.com, or they can call us. Our number is 212-319-8900.
Michael, this has been really terrific. I really appreciate you stopping by and sharing with my audience today. And I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it.
That was Michael Livian. He's the founder of Livian and Company. And this segment was brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate consumers, grow their businesses, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.